Have you ever heard of, or even personally experienced, composting that drags on for half a year, or even 1 or 2 years, and still isn't finished? Many people start composting full of excitement, but over time, that excitement slowly fades as they wait and wait, yet the compost never seems to fully break down. Some people have told me they tried everything they could, but eventually gave up and went back to chemical fertilizers simply because they ran out of patience. This is actually a very common reality, and sadly, it causes many people to quit halfway, even though they know composting is a sustainable solution for healthier soil and plants. So, what's really causing compost to take so long? And more importantly, is there a way to fix it? Have you ever felt that long, exhausting wait while growing vegetables, checking day after day, hoping your compost will finally be ready, but nothing seems to change? I remember a friend of mine who had just started composting. Every morning, they would walk out to check the compost pile, hoping it would soon be ready to feed their lush vegetable beds. But day after day, the waiting stretched on. Doubt started to creep in. At one point, they even thought about giving up entirely. That feeling of frustration is incredibly common, especially for beginners. Science tells us that organic decomposition takes time, and patience is an essential part of the process. If you're feeling this way right now, remember, all good things take time to mature. Just like vegetables need good soil, good nutrients, and a gardener who's willing to wait. So many people have tried making organic compost, only to feel discouraged by how slow the process is. Have you been there too? When patience is pushed to its limit, many people choose to return to chemical fertilizers because they're fast and convenient. But that decision often means missing out on the chance to experience a truly natural garden, one that's healthier for both people and the environment. Sometimes, in our desire for instant results, we sacrifice long-term sustainability without even realizing it. Have you ever thought that the solution to a complicated problem might actually be sitting right in your kitchen? Surprisingly, a very ordinary ingredient, baking soda, also known as sodium bicarbonate, may be the key. No expensive microbial additives. Just a few dollars, and you've got a powerful helper that can be used in many areas of daily life. Sometimes, the most remarkable solutions come from the simplest things around us. When we start composting kitchen waste, there's something many people overlook. Most fruit peels, food scraps, and coffee grounds are fairly acidic. In the early stages, this acidity creates an environment that's not ideal for the microorganisms responsible for breaking down organic matter. Have you noticed that fresh compost piles often smell sour and seem to decompose very slowly? That's because beneficial microbes, especially those that break down cellulose, don't thrive in acidic conditions. Experts agree that when pH levels drop too low, microbial activity is suppressed. This slows composting and can even cause unpleasant odors if not corrected in time. An acidic environment is a major barrier for beneficial microorganisms. When the pH drops, these tiny helpers become weak and sluggish. Heat generation slows down, like a fire that's too weak to cook anything properly. The result? Decomposition crawls along, efficiency drops, and bad smells linger. Have you ever wondered why your compost just won't finish, or why odors won't go away? That's often a sign that acidity is holding microbial life back. This is where baking soda plays a surprisingly important role. First, baking soda is a mild alkaline substance that helps neutralize excess acidity in the compost pile. When pH levels are adjusted to around 7 to 8, conditions become ideal for heat-loving bacteria to thrive and break down organic material much faster. Have you ever tested the pH of your compost? If you notice a sour smell, acidity may be taking over, and a small amount of baking soda can help restore balance and create the right environment for microbes to do their job efficiently. Once the compost reaches an ideal pH, it's like flipping a powerful switch for thermophilic bacteria. They become highly active, generating heat and pushing the pile into its hottest phase. At this stage, decomposition accelerates dramatically, and organic matter is rapidly transformed into plant-ready nutrients. Have you noticed that when compost heats up, bad odors tend to disappear? That's a clear sign that microbial activity is strong and healthy, helping you shorten composting time and produce higher quality compost. Second, experimental results are truly fascinating. When baking soda was added, compost pile temperatures reached up to 145 degrees Fahrenheit, about 63 degrees Celsius, and stayed hot for much longer. Traditional compost piles, by comparison, often only reach around 110 degrees Fahrenheit, 43 degrees Celsius. Why does temperature matter so much? High heat not only speeds up decomposition, but also helps eliminate harmful microorganisms while creating an ideal environment for beneficial ones. This difference alone is worth thinking about when choosing a composting method. After just 8 weeks, the results were eye-opening. Compost with baking soda reached about 70% maturity, while traditional compost was only around 25%. That gap isn't just a number, it's clear evidence of how powerful a small adjustment can be. Have you ever compared two composting methods side by side? If not, this might be the perfect time to rethink your approach. Sometimes, a tiny change leads to dramatically better results. Another often overlooked benefit is odor control. Stable pH levels help prevent anaerobic fermentation, which means far fewer sour or rotten smells. This is especially valuable for people living in cities, small homes, or households with children, and for anyone new to composting. When compost no longer attracts flies, cockroaches, or other pests, your living space becomes cleaner, safer, and much more comfortable. When building your compost pile, prepare 1 cup of baking soda mixed with about 2 gallons of water. It may sound simple, but this step can make a huge difference in balancing pH and accelerating decomposition. When applying the solution, pour it evenly over each layer of material. Don't dump it all in one spot. This ensures microbes are evenly supported and helps avoid areas that are too wet or too dry. Have you tried this before? Sometimes small adjustments lead to big transformations. Let's take a moment to reflect on the true value of black gold, finished compost. First, compost transforms heavy, compacted clay soil into light, breathable soil. Second, it improves moisture retention without causing waterlogging, creating ideal conditions for healthy root growth. Third, compost doesn't just improve soil structure. It adds nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and essential micronutrients that help plants thrive. Have you ever held a handful of rich compost in your hand? That feeling is life, potential, and hope for a bountiful harvest. With compost made using baking soda, tomato yields increased by about 30%. That's not just a statistic, it's visible proof in the garden. Leafy greens grow faster, leaves become thicker, and colors deepen, clear signs of better nutrient absorption and stronger plants. These real-world results confirm the effectiveness of compost enhanced with baking soda and open up new possibilities for improving soil health and crop productivity. In modern agriculture, data like pH, temperature, and moisture are no longer dry numbers. They are the foundation of smart farming and even artificial intelligence-driven agriculture. Baking soda, a simple kitchen ingredient, allows us to actively manage soil pH and better understand the biological processes happening beneath the surface. When gardeners understand these factors, they don't just grow plants. They step into a smarter, more sustainable future. Have you ever imagined that a bit of baking soda could help shape a greener future for agriculture? With just one small change, properly adjusting pH using baking soda, you can cut composting time in half while still producing rich, high-quality compost. It's simple, it's affordable, and it's science-based. Many people think composting has to be complicated, but once you understand the principles, everything becomes much easier. Are you ready to try this small trick and experience the difference for yourself? If today's sharing helped you see kitchen waste, health, and the plants around you in a new way, stay with the Compost channel. Subscribe, follow our upcoming videos, and most importantly, start right in your own kitchen today. We don't need to be perfect. We just need to begin.